Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're doing a quick look for Goldeneye 007 for the Nintendo Wii.
Snake Eater.
Don't you
Oh
wish.
wait, wrong game.
Yeah. Goldeneye 007 is a remake that was exclusive to the Wii and published by Activision. It's a spiritual successor to Goldeneye that was on the Nintendo 64, and for those of you who were old enough to play Goldeneye on the Nintendo 64, you know that, well, like me, I was skeptical when I heard about this game being released. Didn't want a remake, and from what I played so far, it's not exactly a remake. It's definitely spiritually there, but it's not a remake.
Yeah, it's far from a remake. It's well, first of all, the controllers are an improvement.
Yeah, two sticks helps a lot for aiming.
Yeah, the GameCube or the classic controller actually make it a much more usable system. Aiming down the sights, everything just works out much better.
It has all the conventions you expect from a modern shooter, but on the Wii, so it makes it probably the best shooter on the Wii.
Yep.
That sounds contradictory.
The best shooter on the Wii, yeah.
This is the first video we've done of a Wii game.
Pretty
ever?
decent. Yeah, possibly.
No, because everything else was GameCube.
Well, yeah, you're right.
So this is actual.
No, we did Brawl.
No, we didn't.
We didn't do Brawl.
No, we did Melee.
Melee. Oh, so
this is the first
GameCube.
Huh? Hey, how about that?
Unfortunately, little quick note about it. Sadly, most of the GameCube games upscaled look a little bit better than this, which is a little disappointing.
Yeah,
but it definitely holds up well.
We should also, well, we have to mention that it's me playing player 1 at the top. You were 2 or you were 3.
I was
3. You're in the bottom right.
Yep.
And Tim, who's not in here with us at the moment, is in the bottom left-hand corner. You gotta remember, being that the hardware is underpowered based on what it is. It still looks pretty good considering. I mean, Goldeneye was
3 people.
It looks better than Goldeneye did for the 64.
Much better than Goldeneye did.
And all we have video-wise is this is all multiplayer, local multiplayer. There is online multiplayer for Goldeneye, Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, and
although I don't know how live that is.
Yeah, well, I mean, for anyone who plays the Wii, I guess that that's to be determined. This is only a quick look. This is actually not a review, so this is all what we played together and kind of get an idea. And as you can see here, we're having some issues getting used to the controls because even though it tries to manipulate, or at least tries to control like a modern game, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't. I mean, it's almost there.
It does what it can.
Yeah.
And it works decently.
Like, I wouldn't want to play with this the Wiimote. There's no way in hell.
No.
And I'm playing this on my Wavebird. Tim's playing it on his Wavebird, and Mark was playing it on a standard GameCube controller, official Nintendo licensed product, not one of those fake pieces of crap.
Yeah.
And I found myself having to because the joystick on the GameCube controller is a different animal in its own right.
Yep.
I found myself doing a lot of waving to try to a lot of correction trying to keep the cursor straight.
The fact that it's on a perfect circle doesn't exactly help.
Yeah, that's true. So, but I mean, these aren't really complaints. These are just, things that you have to contend with because you're using the Wii and not a PS3 or 360.
In retrospect, what Tim said I do agree with. I would rather play this on a classic controller. I think that would work a little bit better.
Well, yeah.
Although it doesn't. No, yeah, it would work better on a classic controller.
Yeah, it probably would, and that's the reason why it came out with it.
Yep, that's not bad. $10 more if you $10 more for a golden classic controller. Making it $50 for this, 40. That's what we got it for. Not bad.
Yeah, I would suggest that if you're gonna purchase this game, you're gonna want to play it with either that or a GameCube controller. You're not gonna want to try to play this with a Wiimote. It's just it's not gonna be any fun. And yeah, this is the first match. This is our introduction. What you're watching is the first of us playing this game. Period. When I heard about this at the Nintendo press conference last year, I was really, really skeptical. And if you're wondering why we're playing a Wii game, it's because the release season is very slow right now. But
it's gonna start picking up, but still,
Infamous 2 is coming out soon, and then the Wii will just sit there. But there will be a full review for Goldeneye because after playing the multiplayer, I am actually genuinely intrigued to see
How the single player works.
Yeah, how the single player works out.
With all the gadgets and such.
My biggest problem, and I think the biggest thing that I had a problem with, was it's not Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
It's what's Daniel Craig? That's his name.
I don't know.
The guy from Casino Royale, or I hated that movie. It's not the same one, and it takes a lot of the plot. From what I've seen, it takes a lot of the plot, and it tries to keep most of it, but it changes it up quite a bit. Like I said, not a review yet. We'll get into that once I've completed the game, and we'll have a video review for that.
You know, I must say, I'm just realizing something. I like the fact that top player doesn't get as stretched out on the screen, because most of the games that do 3 players, like whoever's on top or bottom, usually gets a much larger portion. This keeps it much fairer, I think. Because say what you will, but having equal sizes is very good. Yeah, having a stretched out screen is kind of an unfair advantage.
Well, I bet it helps keep the frame rate in line, especially when you've got a lot of explosions.
Well, yeah, even outside of that, I mean, even if they did it for that reason, I'm happy they did, because that keeps it very, very even.
I should mention, people are probably wondering why there are a bunch of green, orange splatters everywhere.
Paintball mode.
Paintball mode is on, and we would have turned on big head mode, but you have to unlock that
even if it's available. I don't know if it is.
Notice.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen video of it. I mean, I've seen video of it, and it looked decent. I was like, well, you know, for a Wii game, I guess it could be okay. When we're at the local GameStop, it's just like, well, it's here, and I haven't played it, and I probably should get it, and you know, especially since I mean, I'm not the only one, obviously, but you know, on the N64 version, you know, countless hours were spent in my youth.
Let's just say, you know, this game succeeds in what it wanted to do when we were all fucking yelling at each other.
Yes. Yeah, for a Wii game.
Yeah, for a Wii game.
I mean, if it's not Smash Brothers Brawl, I mean, that's why I have a Wii. It's
for Smash Brothers.
Or
the GameCube games that were really good.
Yeah, and you know what? I was, you know, just based on just what we played multiplayer wise, I was really impressed. I mean, we're probably gonna play it again, but you know, for what it is, you know, just in multiplayer, not having actually played the single player, it's been, it feels like a worthwhile purchase, and something I can see myself pulling out. You know, not just sitting there and collecting dust the entire time. You know, especially in the the dry season right now. What other modes do we turn on? Well, for this one, we didn't turn anything on specifically.
The next one we turned on bouncy.
Bouncy grenades.
Bouncy grenades. Someone went out with the noob tube. I won't say who.
Hey, there's no such thing in this game. This isn't Call of Duty.
Okay.
You know what I noticed? You know what I was kind of surprised? There's no unless it's an option you have to turn on. There was no auto lock on.
It was helping a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, and Marco won this round.
Because someone didn't figure out that there was a new to me. I won't say who. I'm pretty sure it was Tim.
And I cut out the load sequence. I'm just like, round 2. And I like this level a lot better, even though it's a little more open to get killed. I like this level better. And we only have 2 rounds here to show you in the quick look, because that's what it is. It's a quick look. You don't want to see the whole thing in the quick look.
Or do you? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. I don't think they do.
Nah, I doubt it. If you have a Wii, though, based on this, I mean, it depends on what your needs are as a gamer, and depends on your. I mean, if you have a bunch of teenagers in your house, and you don't mind them shooting each other in games, then this would be a good purchase, because it's 4-player, and if you have controls, they can all play each other and their friends and everything else, and it's fairly cheap compared to buying anything else. And if a Wii is the only console you have for them, this is really a worthwhile purchase. You know, otherwise I'd tell you to go with the next-gen console if you have online and you're sophisticated.
Sophistication.
Although this has online, but we haven't tried it yet. Assuming people are still on it, because the game is, you know, what, about a year old by this point? Pretty close?
A few months, actually. I don't think it's been a year. Although I'm sure it's coming up to that.
Yeah, it's not quite a year, but it's getting there. yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to say about it. It's a pretty good multiplayer experience. Like, it's almost party. I mean, it does remind you of those days back when you were young. Those of you who are old enough to remember the Goldeneye on the 64, of just having everyone over and yelling at each other, and that kind of experience it does capture.
Controllers around. Although the 64 controller, I wouldn't want to get thrown at. That shit was heavy.
Oh, it wasn't.
For its time, yeah.
Well, I guess it was more like a ninja style.
Yeah, three pointy tips.
Unless you had one of those ones like I did that had the nerfed ends.
Oh.
I had the golden one that when Zelda came out, I used to use that a lot. Well, anyway, pretty fun. I know I keep saying that, and it is. Visually it is kind of lacking, but hey, look at the hardware. And who knows, with Project Cafe, who knows, there might be a GoldenEye special edition. It's 720p.
Don't give them fucking ideas.
At this point, we don't know. I like the grenades here, actually. And pretty much all the explosion effects I actually like. It's effective. They don't feel nerfed. In fact, they're really overpowered, to be honest with you. And I'm using my skill tube.
Yeah, that's what you want to call it.
It is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
You're just jealous because you did it first.
Okay. This guy.
And there's plenty of levels, plenty of maps. There's plenty of actual models to select. Although, who cares about really being? I mean, honestly, who really cares what character you select when shooting? I mean, I guess maybe for younger kids who want to be James Bond, but it's not like the movie got re-released, and at least kids know what the game's about.
It's just a fun little shooter.
Yeah, for the most part. Don't call it a faithful recreation, though. That it isn't.
Go into this game with that mindset that it's not the same thing, but not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, they bring back the things that are good about it, and they improve on it. Having dual analog sticks helps to a degree that you really have to try to understand how much of a difference it is. Just try going back. Actually, the other day I was trying to play Perfect Dark, and oh god, that was pretty horrible.
Well, everyone, this was a quick look for GoldenEye. It's for the Nintendo Wii exclusive. It was published by Activision, not Rare. That's something else I should mention.
Yeah.
And if you can get it, make sure you have a GameCube controller, or you buy it with the Classic Pro controller, because you're not going to play this with your Wiimote, although that is an option. It's a pretty good party game from what I'm seeing here, and expect a video review soon. Thanks for watching.
Snake
and subscribe.